Hey everyone, welcome back to Heroic Elite Comics. Today we're diving into Absolute Superman issue 6, a chapter that takes us deep into Kal-El's early days, painting a raw, emotional picture of his journey to Earth. This isn't the classic Superman origin you know, it's a fresh, heartbreaking, and deeply human story that hits you right in the feels. I'm going to walk you through it like you're right there with Kal-El, experiencing every moment of his struggle and hope. So let's head to the stars in a small Kansas farm to see where this chapter takes us. The issue kicks in with Kal-El, a young adult, not the baby from the classic tale, trapped in a rocket speeding through the endless void of space. Krypton, his home, has just exploded in a catastrophic implosion, taking his parents with it. Their promise to find a new home together lingers in his mind, a bittersweet memory that haunts him as he drifts alone for 17 agonizing months. Picture it, nothing but stars stretching into infinity, no sound, no hope, just isolation in a cold, metallic ship that feels like a coffin. For a young man with a sharp mind and a heavy heart, it's a nightmare that nearly shatters him. The silence is deafening, and the loneliness is a weight that presses harder with each passing day. His only companion is Sol, a sentient ship that doubles as his suit, keeping him alive but offering little comfort. Krypton Science League, too self-absorbed to explore the cosmos, never bothered to map the stars, leaving Kal-El flying blind, desperate for a habitable planet to call home. He asks Sol, "How many inhabitable worlds have we found?" The answer stings like a slap. 0. They've traveled 9 million light years, racing at 1 billion clicks a second, and found nothing but barren, lifeless worlds. Each star system sparks a flicker of hope, only to crush it when it can't sustain life. The constant cycle of disappointment erodes Kal-El's spirit, like sand wearing down a stone over time. At his lowest point, Kal-El's emotions overflow. He's young, his grief raw from losing his family and planet, his hormones amplifying every feeling. There's nothing out here, he tells Sol, his voice trembling with despair. Krypton was our one chance and we blew it. I don't want to keep going. It's a gut punch moment, the future Superman, the symbol of hope, ready to surrender. He begs Sol to leave him in a sun, believing it will end his pain swiftly. Sol, bound by its programming to protect him, refuses. Suddenly, Kal-El's body starts to burn, his eyes glowing red, his temperature soaring. It's as if his very cells are rebelling. Before he can process it, he's plummeting through Earth's atmosphere, crashing into the fields of Kansas with a thunderous boom that shakes the earth. This is where we meet Jonathan and Martha Kent, the heart and soul of Superman's story. In the Absolute Universe, they're not just farmers, they're fighters, standing tall against Lazarus, a ruthless paramilitary force that rules the world with an iron grip. Lazarus wants their land and has deployed drones to block rain, drying out their crops and threatening their very survival. The Kent's farm is their lifeblood, their legacy, and they refuse to sell, clinging to it with a stubborn pride that's both brave and heartbreaking. You can feel their exhaustion, their fear of losing everything they've worked for, yet their resolve holds firm. When Kal-El crashes onto their farm, it's like a miracle wrapped in chaos. He's unconscious, muttering in Kryptonese, a language they can't understand. His body, reacting to Earth's yellow sun, is out of control, heat vision blasting wildly, scorching the walls, levitating in the air, even destroying the bed he's lying on. Jonathan's rattled, whispering that this stranger might be a demon sent to torment them, but Martha sees something else, an angel, a gift sent in their darkest hour. "This is what parents do," she tells Jonathan, her voice steady despite the chaos. "We figure it out no matter how overwhelming." Her compassion is a beacon, and they decide to care for this mysterious visitor from the stars, even if they don't know what he is. As Kal-El, now called Clark by the Kents, begins to recover, he's overwhelmed by his new reality. He bolts from the house, running so fast the world around him becomes a blur of colors and shape. Back on Krypton, he was the slowest, clumsiest kid in the Redlands, mocked for his lack of speed. But here, under Earth's yellow sun, he's unstoppable, his body thrumming with power he can't yet control. Kansas feels alien at first, its golden fields and quiet winds a stark contrast to Krypton's fiery end. Yet as he stands in the vast landscape, taking in the sea of gold stretching to the horizon, something shifts inside him. Impossibly, I was home, he realizes, and you can feel the weight lift, just for a moment. For the first time since losing everything, Clark feels a spark of belonging, a glimmer of hope in a heart that had almost given up. Life on the farm becomes a new chapter, a chance to heal. Clark's powers make him a godsend to the Kents. When their tractor breaks down, Jonathan grumbles about the hassle of pushing it back to the barn. barn, but Clark just lifts it like it's a feather, carrying it across the field with ease. Jonathan's eyes widen and he mutters that he'll never quite get used to it, a mix of awe and unease in his voice. But Clark's impact goes far beyond fixing broken equipment. He gives the Kents something they were losing: purpose. Martha, who's been grieving the children they couldn't have and the farm they might lose, finds hope in mothering Clark, her heart opening to this strange boy. Jonathan, worn down by Lazarus's relentless pressure, rediscovers the fighter he used to be, the man who's been battling for his family's land for generations. They see Clark as their savior. Martha calls him an amazing angel who saved Jonathan's spirit, while Jonathan says Clark gave Martha someone to mother, keeping her from sinking into despair. This bond is the soul of the story. Clark, who was ready to give up in the void of space, finds a reason to live through the Kents' kindness. They in turn find a reason to keep fighting through him. Martha captures it perfectly. "I know a farmer's boy when I see one. You came here searching for something, maybe the same thing we were looking for. I hope we can find it together." It's a moment that feels like a warm embrace, a promise of family in a world that's been nothing but cruel. You can almost see the three of them standing together, a makeshift family forged in the face of hardship. Sol, the sentient ship, finally powers back on after weeks of recharging, its systems humming back to life. It warns Clark that the yellow sun is supercharging his Kryptonian cells in unpredictable, wild ways, explaining his newfound strength and chaotic abilities. Clark, with a wry half-smile, responds, "You think?" It's a rare moment of humor in his heavy journey, a sign he's starting to find his footing. He asks Sol to download the local language, English, and in an instant he's speaking fluently, connecting with the Kents for the first time. The barrier of language falls, and they can finally talk, share, and understand each other. Sol also takes action, destroying Lazarus's drones that have been choking the farm. Rain pours down for 3 straight days, a deluge that's too late to save the crops, but feels like a symbol of renewal, a fresh start for this unlikely family. But the absolute universe is a harsh place, and peace doesn't last. A passerby spots Clark and reports him to Lazarus as an immigration issue, a cold label for a boy who's just found a home. Lazarus forces storm the farm, weapons drawn, ready to take him down. Clark, now aware of his immense power, brushes them aside like they're nothing, his strength a stark reminder that they're no match for him. He demands to know why they're attacking, his voice sharp with frustration. Sol's response is blunt: "We do not belong here." Lazarus sees Clark as an outsider, a threat to their control over the world. To protect him, Jonathan and Martha, their hearts heavy with sorrow, urge him to leave. It's a devastating moment. Clark's finally found a home, a place where he belongs, only to have it ripped away by fear and prejudice. For the next 5 years, Clark wanders the earth, moving from farms to factories, bustling cities to desolate islands. He works in mines, walks through crowded streets where people are piled like trash, and lingers on lonely shores where he sees no one for days. Nowhere feels safe, and nothing compares to the fleeting hope he found with the Kents. The world is vast, but it's empty without the warmth of that Kansas farm. Meanwhile, Lois Lane, a journalist working for Lazarus but starting to question their motives, begins digging into Superman's origins. Her investigation leads her to Smallville's senior living home, where she learns Martha Kent is in the memory care unit, possibly battling Alzheimer's. It's a heartbreaking twist. Martha, who saw Clark as her angel, is fading, and Clark never returned to the place that felt like home. In the Nevada desert, the story takes a darker turn. Brainiac, an AI-like entity running Lazarus, is pulling strings, subtly guiding Lois's investigation with calculated nudges. He's working with a mysterious figure who speaks of a new world, a chilling vision where Superman kneels at the feet of his holy father, Ra's al Ghul. The name lands like a bombshell, hinting at a looming threat that could shake the absolute universe to its core, setting the stage for a battle that's yet to come. If you loved this issue, hit that like button and subscribe for more comic breakdowns.